Chris, what does it mean to be a Eubank?
It means that you are somebody that the boxing community looks to for, you know, for everything, really, especially in Britain. There aren't too many other names more synonymous with boxing than Eubank in Britain. So, you're on a pedestal. There's so much pressure. Every time you box, every time you do anything, all eyes are on you. That's how it's been my entire career. Luckily for me, I'm the type of man that performs and thrives under pressure. A lot of people don't. I do.
When did you realize that you were more, or your name is more than just, an ordinary name, if you like? When did it feel like you get a sense of who you were and maybe who your family was?
When you're a kid and you're seeing people sprint up to your father and beg for autographs and pictures and handshakes, eventually you realize, you look around at the other dads and you realize, okay, this is not a normal man. We are not normal people.
Did you ask him why people were doing that and why, what was special about him?
Yeah.
What did he say?
I can't remember the exact wording as a kid, but he would have explained that he is a boxer, he is a fighter, he is somebody in the public eye that many people know and watch on TV. And that's why he's, got all of this attention. That's why at 13 years old, I'm on Channel 5 at home with the Eubanks. One of the first kind of reality TV shows, that was all built off of what he was and what he did.
And when did you become aware of his fights with Nigel Benn?
It must have been maybe like 9 or 10. I went to a sleepover and went to my friend's VHS collection to pick a film to watch before we went to sleep, going through all of them, and then I saw my dad and Nigel Benn on the front cover of one of these VHS tapes. I popped it in and watched it. Holy shit, this is why my old man gets all this attention. This is what he does.
Do you remember when you first met Conor?
Maybe I met him down at my gym in Brighton and Hove, amateur boxing club, years and years ago. He came down with Nigel, I think. I think we took a picture together.
From the outside, and obviously everything that's gone on over the last few years, put that aside if we can, you two share something. Not only are you fighters, not only were your dads fighters, but they fought in two of the biggest fights this country's ever seen. Really, you should be quite close, no?
Close in terms of what?
Well, if not friends, at least, you have shared experiences that would make you potentially friends.
If we weren't both fighters, absolutely. I could see myself being friends with him in a different life. But when you both know that there is even the smallest possibility that at some point we may fight, a friendship could never be formed. And even though, when I met him in that gym 10, 12 years ago, I don't know how many years ago it was, I was obviously cool with him. We shook hands, we talked, we spoke, we would have spoken. But I can't be friends with him because just in case. Because you always get the talks from when I first turned pro, from when I first started, imagine if Eubank Jr. fought and Conor Benn, Nigel Benn's son. That'll never happen. But there was always that talk. So when you hear that, you can't really become friends with somebody.
Because it did, you're right, there was talk very early on, but it never, at the start, I think, certainly when Conor turned pro, it didn't feel, it felt like it would have to be forced for the fight to happen. Or did you?
He had too much to do and too much to prove. But he's done it. He's an undefeated fighter now. He has a fan base, a big fan base in boxing. So now the fight makes sense. Now the fight is being demanded by the public.
When did you feel like, yeah, actually this probably will happen?
I don't know. Maybe 3 years ago, when the conversations of it actually being staged at the O2 started to come about.
I wonder, you play poker, you're a fighter, you say you trust absolutely nobody else with big decisions. Are you happier on your own? Do you feel, have you made yourself, are you in solitude, would you say?
Am I happier on my own? I'm happy to be in a position to where if I fail because of something that I did. And in the same breath, if I win, if I succeed because of what I did, decisions I made, the hard work that I put in. There were points in my life where things went wrong and I failed because of decisions of other people, whether it was my father or whoever else. And that is really hard to live with because it's my life. I can live with my life knowing that, all right, yeah, I messed up, so I've got to pay the price. But I can't live with they made the wrong decision and now I'm paying for it. So I'm not going to say I'm lonely. I have very close people around me who I trust and who help me and who I love. But the final decisions are mine now, and they will be for the rest of my life. They weren't at the stages of my career where my old man was next to me. The final decisions were his.
Do you have enough time left in boxing to make sure that you can right any wrongs that did to your career? As in, have you got enough time to achieve what you want to achieve?
Absolutely. I'm 35 years old, and according to Conor Benn, I'm washed up and finished, but there is a lot that I still have left in the tank, regardless of what people may think. And that, coupled with the opportunities that Riyadh season, Saudi, Turkey Al Sheikh are the opportunities that these outfits are giving to fighters now. Absolutely, I've got plenty of time to to continue on my own path.
Chris, thank you very much.